Hello YouTube. Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting and a Fan. I have my fan, but no lighting because the lighting is being produced by or provided by the sun. Cloudy day, but still the sun. Right now the time is approximately 2 p.m. and 3 minutes Eastern Time, and the date is Thursday, February 23rd, 2023. Today is the day after Ash Wednesday, which was the day after Mardi Gras, or Fat Tuesday. Anyway, so welcome to the March 2023 entry for the Many Moons 2023 Lunar Planner. And of course I'm going to have Drake do a close-up of the gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous cover of the Many Moons 2023 Lunar Planner. And of course you know what my favorite part of this planner is. It's prismatic. I'm telling you, I do not get tired of saying that. It's still, as much as I love this cover, last year's edition is still my personal favorite. The back is just basic black, which is fine, because basic black is totally basic okay. And here we have, here we have the March monthly overview, and yes, there is a spread, so it will be a little bit longer of a video, but you know what that means. Here we go. The arrival of the vernal equinox this month will pick up the pace. Find your own rhythm as the aperture of the day widens. This is a phenomenal month to call in support or to be that support for others who need it. At a certain point, vulnerability must override discomfort. Notice the stories or fears that hinder expansion. You don't need to know more or be more resilient to lend a helping hand, or to join an organization working to make the world a better place. You become more resilient and you learn through new relationships and new processes. Don't be ashamed to ask for help. Everyone needs more help now. So to those of you who are resistant to this, I'm going to say it again. Don't be afraid to ask for help, because everyone needs more help now. Communicate that you are currently at capacity if that's what you need. Those who love you will understand. Practice nervous system regulation and the nuances of energetic discernment. Hold space for discomfort, but be mindful of overriding your body's needs. The theme of March 2023 is the long exhale. We can't hold our breath waiting for the ground to get more secure under our feet. That security must be found within. When all we do is wait for other people to give us permission, wait for the proverbial other shoe to drop, or hunker down in defense mode, all we gain is frustration. March is a time for long exhales, deep belly breaths, and finding relief however we can. Relax as you release gifts, projects, pitches, self-doubt, fucks. Yes, release your fucks. And caution to the wind. Long exhales also could look like unburdening, purges, surrender, slow sensuality, and devotion to self, deities, and the earth. March 2023 is a month with a lot of dynamic, celestial movement. 6 planets ingress or enter into different signs this month. On top of the vernal equinox zodiacal new year. By the way, fun fact, in Western astrology, the date of the vernal equinox is the date of the first day of the new astrological year. The action above will be mirrored below. As above, so below. As within, so without. Make decision magic all month long. When you decide what you want and what you are doing in time, your life will reflect those decisions. While the external tides of around you shift, breathe deeply. I believe what she meant to write was, while the tides around you shift, while the external tides around you shift, as they are shifting, breathe as deeply as possible. Now, relax and release, a spread to support sustainable movement. So I'm going to use an oracle card deck this time. This time I'm going to use the Silver Witch Oracle deck, which was a Yule gift by Drake, who's more commonly known as my awesome audiovisual person for my YouTube videos. And I will link the Etsy shop link for the Silver Witch Oracle deck in the description box. I will also link the Etsy shop seller's link for her Etsy shop as well. I'm just going to read through the cards first, and then we will go from there. So card number 1, the archetype, it's time for me to explore and express. Card number 2, what can support me when I get anxious? Card number 3, what will bring me back to center when I get distracted or derailed? Pardon me. Card number 4, how can I trust my intuition more? Clearly the pivotal card of this spread. Card number 5, what project, expression, or intention to release out into the world? Card number 6, what unhelpful belief or habit to release in March 2023? Card number 7, how I can best reach my goals this month and beyond. So as I shuffle the deck, I want to, and actually I'm going to have Drake do a quick close-up of the back of the card design. And one of the things that I love to see, which I very rarely see in decks, is silver edging. Silver gilded edging. And, you know, it makes sense for a lunar-themed or a witch-themed oracle card deck, or tarot deck for that matter, to have silver edging, silver gilded edging. Okay, so as I shuffle these cards on behalf of the collective, may what I reveal be overflowing with truth, clarity, illumination, prosperity, peace, wholeness, and healing. May everything that is revealed on behalf of the collective give them the courage, the strength, and the centeredness to take their next step forward. I call upon the spirits, I call upon my ancestors, I call upon all of my guides, my psychic guides, my Reiki guides, my energy healing guides, and all celestial beings who accompany me in this lifetime and the next. May what I reveal be completely accurate, insightful, helpful, and healing. By moon and sea, so mote it be. 3 piles. Oh, this card is going to be intense. And I'm going to make sure that Drake, more commonly known as my awesome audiovisual person, is ready for close-ups. Okay. And Drake, you might want to sit forward just to be on the safe side so that you don't, like, fall asleep, let's say. You know, just in case. Okay, so for the collective, the relax and release spread, and I will include this in the description box for this video as well, a spread to support sustainable movement. Okay, so card number 1, the archetype, it's time for me to explore and express. As I take a sip of my coffee, I will have Drake do a close-up of this card. Once again, the archetype that it's time for the collective to explore and express. Pine cone. I'm laughing because I recently joined Reddit, And in one of the, I think it's I think it's a Tarot Practices subreddit, somebody replied to one of my comments about a website called pinecone.pub. So it's pinecone.pub. And basically, it lists magical correspondences, like if you want to create an incense, a spell, an essential oil blend, a sachet, what have you. And let's say that you want protection. It'll list the correspondences, the different crystals and herbs and essences to use for protection. And it's funny because there was somebody who, in the accompanying YouTube video, detailing how to use pinecone.pub, the person who was doing the video had a money-attracting smoothie recipe. I'm sharing that with the people who participated in my prosperity classes first, and then I'll share it with all of you. But when you visit pinecone.pub, you won't need me to share it. So Pinecone connects us to the earth. So this is about exploring and expressing the things that ground you more. And of course, you know, as somebody that has 6 planets and earth signs, it would be a cardinal sin if I did not say spend time in nature. And I do not see Drake falling asleep. That's good, because I'm like, what's that snoring sound I start to hear? So you know, okay, whatever you need to do with that, you can do. Sorry, YouTube. So Pinecone, spend time in nature. And if you find a pine cone, you're more than welcome to ask the Pinecone if you have permission to take it home with you. I love how it looks like an X-ray of a pine cone. So I'm going to also say do a deep dive meditation and go deep within to see what you need to ground, more effectively, more strongly. I almost never read the keywords on a card, but for some of you, but for those of you in YouTube land, I will read the keywords. Third eye, brow chakra, potential, starting, and of course, this is a spread for the time of, in this hemisphere anyway, the vernal equinox. So starting a practice that is more grounding for you, that grounds you in your body more effectively, that grounds you in your body more deeply, that helps you connect with your third eye, that gives you the courage and the strength and the impetus, the energy to move forward, as in taking your next step forward. Okay, card number 2. What can support the collective when we get anxious? This is going to be a good card. And of course, I'm going to have Drake do a close-up of this card. And then I will look at the card and I'll interpret it for y'all. Time. So card number 2 represents what can support me when I get anxious. What can support the collective when the collective gets anxious? Time. So I'm not going to say managing your time. What I am going to say is, number 1, carving out time or setting aside time to nourish and nurture yourself. I remember I had a client who would do daily draws after waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning because she needed to drive her kids to school. She had 2 kids at the time, a son and a daughter. Drive her kids to school and then begin her workday at a different school. She was an administrator, but I don't remember exactly what her title was in that school. But I was impressed with her commitment to do daily draws. I was impressed with her commitment to make the tarot a sacred part of her life and an integral part of her life. So, and in previous videos, I've talked about how I will engage in sacred solitude for a minimum of 3 days. And during those 3 days, I have no contact with the outside world. My phone is off, my computer is off, and I will tell you that they are incredibly spiritually cleansing, they're emotionally healing, they're physically resetting, they're very productive time periods for me. I find I sleep better, and of course I do take naps, so you know. But I really feel guided and led to say, begin making more time for yourself. Begin doing more for yourself. And with regards to the fact that it depicts a pocket watch, I'm going to say, how about devote a certain amount of time for yourself from the time that you wake up until the time that you go to sleep. Let's say it's half an hour, let's say it's an hour, let's say it's 3 hours, whatever works best for you. And, you know, if let's say that you're not entirely comfortable, for example, setting aside an entire hour just for you, then start with 5 minutes. Think about something that you could do for yourself in 5 minutes that will restore you, that will nourish you, that will nurture you. Okay, card number 3. What will bring the collective back to center when the collective gets distracted or derailed? And here is the card to represent that. So again, card number 3. What will bring the collective back to center when the collective gets distracted or derailed? Besom, the broom. So, you know, in so many different books, and even on a few online articles, I've read about how sweeping can be done with magical intent. And, you know, one of the things that I just heard was sweeping with cinnamon dust. Because cinnamon has, cinnamon powder, because cinnamon has so many different properties. It's one of the herbs that I used to call the Fab Five, because it's one of 5 herbs or essences that have the same 5 properties. When it comes to cinnamon, there's love, luck, lust, protection, and money. So there's absolutely 5 different reasons to use cinnamon. And I'm long overdue to do a video of all 5 of the Fab Five. That's going to happen sometime either this year or next. We'll see. So let's say that you want to sweep away all of the blockages that are preventing you from having more love in your life. Any kind of love, not solely, exclusively romantic love. Listen, I've been in an amazing, devoted, and functional, as opposed to dysfunctional, romantic relationship for more than 10 years. I do not stop living the other areas of my life just because of this romantic relationship, okay? So do not sacrifice other parts of your life and other people that have been in your life longer than that man or that woman or that whatever, as the case may be, just because it's good, okay? Okay. So, hold on. Drake, I think I need you to lower the volume a little bit because I'm hearing it.
Oh.
Thank you. So, let's say that you want to sweep away all of the obstacles that are preventing you from experiencing more love, more luck, more lust, more protection. Like if there are any blockages preventing you from being protected psychically, energetically, physically, as well as any blockages that are preventing you from attracting an increase in money and prosperity. Take some cinnamon powder, sprinkle it on the floor, and as you're sweeping, sweep it away, sweep it away, sweep it away. Thereby sweeping away all of the obstacles and barriers preventing you from experiencing more love, luck, lust, money, and protection. The key words are fertility, clearing, and renewal. The vernal equinox, when the the shoot starts shooting through, the sprouts, excuse me, start shooting through the ground. You know, there are things that shoot up. You get what I'm saying? Clearing, cleansing, cleaning, spring cleaning. Okay, card number 4. How can we, the collective, trust our intuition more? So I'm going to have Drake do a close-up of the back of the card design first. And now I'm going to show you the card that it represents, card number 4. Again, card number 4. How can we, the collective, trust our intuition more? Brew. Potential, intense blend of brew. I will tell you that chamomile and lavender, aside from having natural sedative properties, they are 2 essential herbs in general, and essences, as in essential oils, that are wonderful for increasing one's intuition. Now, if you really want to supercharge your intuition, you can add some mugwort to the chamomile and the lavender. The mugwort will definitely offset any sedative properties. But of course, now at this point in the video, I need to say, please keep in mind, I am not a licensed medical practitioner. I am not a licensed herbologist. I am simply telling you what I have learned from books and from my own intuition and my own guides. I personally do not have a problem going into a store that sells herbs and consuming them in a tea. But you need to take care of yourself, especially if you have any medical conditions, if you are lactating, what have you. But I am saying that combining chamomile and lavender, either in a tea or in an essential oil blend, will absolutely enhance your psychic abilities and your intuition. And you don't have to drink the tea. You could just make it like a potpourri. You know, have the steaming water, put in the herbs, and then whatever. And then inhale. And then, of course, the mugwort would be perfect for super duper charging your intuition. Because remember, mugwort is an herb and an essence that is associated with the goddess Hecate. And Hecate, being a lunar goddess, definitely has a say in intuitive matters, since she is a goddess of prophecy. And, you know, it's interesting that this card comes up because I have not been drinking tea, herbal tea, as much as I normally do. So I clearly need to resume drinking more herbal tea. Okay, card number 5. What project, expression, or intention to release out into the world? So for the collective, card number 5 represents the project, or what to express, or the intention to attract and bring to fruition to release out into the world. And I know that some of you, including yours truly, have some projects that you have yet to launch. The vernal equinox this year, at least in the northern hemisphere, is Monday, March 20th, 2023. The day after that, which is Tuesday, March 21st, 2023, is the date of the new moon in Aries. Make no mistake, those 2 days are super power-packed for a year-long wish list on the date of the vernal equinox, or more specifically, the date when the sun enters Aries, sign of new beginnings, and the following day for a month-to-month new moon wish list. So, again, what project, expression, or intention the collective needs to release out into the world. And here is the card to say what that is. And of course, Drake, more commonly known as my awesome audio-visual person, for my YouTube videos will do a close-up of the card. Okay? Crown. How many of you have been withholding yourself, withholding your inner royalty from yourselves? How many of you have been reluctant, fearfully reluctant to play it bigger, to take your art, your artistic practice, your artistry, your self-employment goals, your self-employment desires, or even your employment for others' intentions and goals and desires to the next level. Control, leader, step up, level up. Now it's time to level up. And of course, it's no coincidence that the crown goes on top of one's head. And what's on the top of one's head? The crown chakra. Maybe, to help you realize this even further, do a chakra clearing meditation that begins with the crown chakra and goes all the way down to the root chakra. And if YouTube doesn't have any of them, I'd be very sad and I'd be disappointed that nobody thought to do that. Because I'd be like, because some people would argue that it makes more sense to do a chakra clearing meditation beginning at the crown chakra and going to the root chakra. I'm going to check to see if YouTube has one. And if YouTube doesn't have one, I'll do one. And we'll take it from there. Card number 6. What unhelpful belief or habit to release this month? So once again, I'm going to have Drake, more commonly known as my awesome audiovisual person from my YouTube videos, do a close-up of the card. Card number 6. What unhelpful belief or habit to release this month? March 2023. Potion! Compulsion is the first key word. So what compulsion do you have that you in YouTube land, in the collective, would benefit enormously in surrendering and releasing? I cannot think of a compulsion offhand, but I will happily ask Drake, and I will insist that he be very honest with me, no matter what. Because maybe it's a compulsion that I'm not conscious of, and maybe I need to be conscious of it. And I love that it says potion. So maybe one wonderful way to especially nourish and nurture yourself would be to create a massage oil. And the massage oil contains the herbs and the essential oils that correspond to the intention you want to release into the world, especially on or around Monday, March 20th, 2023, and or Tuesday, March 21st, 2023. Let me take a sip of my coffee. That's good coffee. Oh, that's really good coffee. Okay. Card number 7. How can the collective best reach their goals this month, March 2023 and beyond? So I'm going to have Drake do a close-up of the front of the card, because I'll do one last back of the card design close-up before I reveal the final message card. And this is the card that comes out for card number 7. So once again, card number 7, how best can the collective reach their goals in March 2023 and beyond? The Raven. I shouldn't be surprised. So, in the First Nation or Native American cosmology, the raven represents magic. It is the messenger between the dream time and the void, which makes a raven a psychopompos, a guide between the realms. message, inspiration, prophecy. So practice more magic. I will tell you, my psychic guides have gotten on my case a lot because they're like, you know, Robert, you can do more spells. It's okay. You can do more spells. It's okay. I don't do enough spells. And clearly, as far as my psychic guides are concerned, that's not okay. Anyway, so the Raven, message, inspiration, prophecy. Prophecy. Surprise, surprise, one of Hecate's zoo of familiars is the raven. So, do more magic. I'm thinking about a caption that I've seen on enamel pins and t-shirts and iron-on patches. Be gay, do crimes. So in this case, be gay, do more magic. And before and by the way, I did happen to inadvertently peek at the final message card, which is the bottommost card. So I'm going to have Drake do a close-up of the back of the card design one more time. And now I'm going to have him do a close-up of the final message card. Full moon. So let me take a look. And I already know the date, but I want to reconfirm the date of the next full moon. So the next full moon is Tuesday, March 7th, 2023. And of course it is a full moon in Virgo, sign of healing. Now here's the interesting thing. The night before the full moon is a Monday, day of the moon, as in Moon Day. And it is also the date when Purim begins at sundown. So I am going to strongly recommend that any type of moon magic you want to do to bring some things to fruition and to release things into the world, definitely do before, or rather the night before, which in this case is Monday, March 6th, 2023. The key words are completion, success, pinnacle. You know, I want to tell you, this feels good to me. And I almost never engage in bright moon, which is one of the terms that I learned for the night before the full moon. I don't remember the last time I did a bright moon ritual. So I think that I need to do a ritual or a spell the night before the full moon. And I am definitely going to make sure that I do that. Okay, so that being said, I want to thank the Sarah Faith Gottsdiner, who is Gottess, Gottess, on Instagram, for everything she offers, creates, and releases into the world. And of course for offering the Many Moons Lunar Planners, and especially the Many Moons 2023 Lunar Planner. I will tell you that for whatever reason or reasons, this particular Lunar Planner has been especially powerful for me this year. I've been consulting it more, I've been using it more, and it feels more powerful to me. And clearly it has, and Sarah Faith Gottsdiner has been especially inspirational for me. She really has, and so yeah. So, and of course, thank you to all of you in YouTube land for honoring who I am and what I do, and for honoring Drake, more commonly known as my awesome audiovisual person, for my YouTube videos and everything he does as well. I want to thank you all for all the likes, for all the comments, for all the shares, and for all the subscriptions to my YouTube channel. All of those things make a big difference for a YouTube channel, and of course, they also help make the channel more feed worthy based on YouTube's algorithm. So, it helps. It just makes a big difference. And of course, an extra big and beautiful thank you to those of you who have scheduled your sessions. I definitely want to thank you all of you who have already scheduled your sessions, and absolutely, I am looking forward to consulting the Oracle for you or conducting an energy healing treatment for you at the divinely appointed time. Have a beautiful day, have an awesome evening, have an amazing weekend, and stay tuned for the next video.